is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning and thank you very much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to the Extra. This morning I'm going to be discussing something very important, most of all in the judiciary or in the law sector, and that is the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. Now we want to understand what it's all about, its history, its constitution, mandate, and role in strengthening the administration of justice. Now I have three ladies. I don't know if this association gender is not an issue there, but at least I have three ladies with me. I don't see a male among the people I have. And I have two magistrates and one chief magistrate. Now that shows the people I have and their ability to discuss issues regarding the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. Join me, welcome Ayebare Daffin, who is the vice president of the association, and also she's a chief magistrate. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I also have Obizu Malen, who is the deputy publicity secretary of the association. She is a magistrate. You're most welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
And in the middle, I have Praise Ahurira, who is a deputy general secretary of the association, but also a magistrate. You're most welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And this is the panel of the ladies I'm having with whom we are going to be discussing so much, letting you know about this association, which is the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. Now, I want to begin with, of course, the vice president. Now, please, when we talk about the Uganda Judicial Officers Association, for someone who could be hearing of this for the very first time, or even knows but not enough information, what is this about?
Thank you very much, our host. Thank you very much for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. As already introduced, I am Ayebare Daffin, and I am the vice president of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. I bring you greetings from the President, the Honorable Lady Justice Olive Kazare Mokwaya, who is unable to be with us due to earlier scheduled business and work. So we are here as the executive members, a representation of the executive members of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. In brief, or in abbreviation, it is commonly referred to as UJOA, and this is a professional association that brings together all judicial officers across the country, starting with the justices of the Supreme Court, justices of the Court of Appeal, judges of the High Court, registrars in all their ranks and categories, chief magistrates, and magistrates. So this is a unifying professional body, and it is constituted and legally governed by its constitution that we amended just 2 years ago in the annual general meeting. So it is the amendment of 2024 that is governing the association now, and it is also rooted in the provisions of the constitution, our constitution for Uganda, under Article 29, which allows associations like this and bodies like this to be able to come together and incorporate. So the Uganda Judicial Officers Association is mainly incorporated, yes, as a unifying body, but also with its core mandate being the welfare of judicial officers, preserving and looking and advocating for the welfare of judicial officers, independence of the judiciary, and much more, as we shall be able to put across.
Well, somehow relatedly, why was it founded and what was its original name?
Previously, the association was referred to as the Magistrates Association, and the reason then was because it was an association for the magistrates, mainly the lower bench. But there was a need to actually have all judicial officers on board and strengthen the association and create collegiality and unity in the institution. So its name was changed from the Magistrates Association to the Uganda Judicial Officers Association, hence the unifying aspect for all the judicial officers in the country.
Now that takes me to ask Bizu, when we talk about the Constitution, you talked about recently the Constitution. Please take us through, what does the Constitution say?
Thank you very much. So our Constitution is very broad. It's about up to 30 articles. Our Constitution covers from what are the objectives of the association, what are the values of the association. It provides for the executive committee. It provides for membership, who can be a member, how do you become a member. It provides for the General Assembly. It provides for voting, how do you vote. It provides for so many other things. So the 30 articles that generally state how the association is governed.
Now, Praise, please also take us through what is the role of this association as a professional association?
Thank you very much. As earlier introduced, my name is Praise Ahudira, and I am the Deputy General Secretary of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association. This association has values that it stands for. It stands for professionalism, independence, integrity, accountability. It stands for equity, equality, among others, and transparency. So the main mandate of the association is to safeguard the judicial independence and the rule of law, and to also protect the interests and welfare of its members. That is basically the main mandate of the association, though there are many other objectives, but among others, those are the objectives. Yeah.
Well, now clear to our viewer watching us there. I come back to the Vice President. This is an association, even the name itself is very attractive. Uganda Judicial Officers Association. You know, when you talk about the judiciary, those are big people. Now, I want to know who is eligible to be a member, who could be doing some work within the judiciary.
Is very clear on who can actually be a member service to be a member of the association. Now, the association membership is voluntary, and it is subject to subscription. So each judicial officer who wishes to join the association.
Clerks, you know, there's so much for us. We look at court. The moment I enter court, there you will have the number of ranks there. So who is a judicial officer?
So like I had stated in at the beginning in my introduction, judicial officers are in different categories. We have at the top, of course, we have the Honorable, the Chief Justice, and he's heading the Supreme Court. Now the Supreme Court has justices of the Supreme Court. We have judicial officers in the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal is headed by the Honorable, the Deputy Chief Justice.
For the persons with disabilities. So to be in leadership, to occupy any of these positions, what usually happens is that every 2 years is an elective AGM where we get to choose our leaders. So these positions are declared vacant by the General Secretary, and then members are invited to submit their intentions to fill these vacancies. The right to the electoral committee for that purpose, and then depending on whether they qualify, because the Constitution also provides for who can be a president and who cannot be a president. To be a president and a vice president, you must have been a subscribed member for 3 consecutive years. And so that means that if you just started subscribing last year because you want to take up the leadership position, then you're not going to be able to qualify to take up the position of president and vice president. For the other positions, you on the ballot, Yeah, and voting is physical. It's not online, it's not by proxy, it's physical. Thank you.
Very interesting. I must attend one of those as an observer, an independent observer. And then, yes, Vice President, you wanted to say
yes, before we move away from the association, I think it is important that we highlight the vision and mission of our association. And I'll just read it verbatim for purposes of clarity. And the vision of the Uganda Judicial Officers Association is to be a vibrant, independent professional association that promotes the welfare and capacity of judicial officers and upholds in why the association was created in the first place with that vision, and every executive works towards achieving that vision. And the mission of the association is to foster unity and solidarity among the members, to uphold ethical standards and rule of law in the improvement of the administration of justice. So it is very important that Her Worship Obizu was just mentioning that the leadership and how UJOA leadership is elected and the qualification. But every leadership of UJOA has the duty and the burden to align itself to the vision and mission of the association in all its activities, in all its programs. These are core. Yes.
Now, this takes me to praise. You've talked about promoting welfare in terms of professionalism and all that. Praise, how is the association doing its core mandate? For example, promoting welfare of judicial officers.
Thank you very much. As I earlier said, one of the mandates of the Uganda for the judicial officers who constitute the membership of the association. So the association is the voice of the members, and UJOA, the association which we represent, listens to its members and notes down what are their interests, what would they like to be done, where is it lacking, where are gaps in the judicial service, especially where we serve as magistrates, judges, and registrars and chief magistrates. So we are able to listen to the members through AGM, like we're going to hold very soon on the 16th of May. We are able to know what are the interests of our members, what would our members want to change in the service, where are they not comfortable. And once we take note of that, then we are able to represent them before the judiciary administration. The association executive has had different engagements with the members of the top management, including the Honorable, the Chief Justice, the Honorable, the Principal Judge, and the Chief Registrar. And we are able to represent the interests of our members and to let the top administration, which is the main engine of the judiciary, to know where its members, where its officers are feeling uncomfortable or where they are lacking. And through that voice, the interests of the members are able to be addressed and their welfare also addressed. Thank you.
Well, relatedly still to you, Praise, how then does the association defend the independence of the judiciary?
Thank you very much. Like I earlier highlighted, the core values of our association are independence, professionalism, integrity, equality, accountability, transparency. And those values, we actually adopt them from the judiciary, the umbrella institution under which we serve. And so independence of the judiciary is a very core principle, and it mainly concerns the ability of the judiciary, who are the judicial officers serving under the judiciary, their ability to make decisions or to do so through empowering its members, the members of the association, who are the judicial officers, by empowering them and emphasizing the values that I highlighted earlier: transparency, accountability. Those values support the value of the core value of independence. And the judicial officers, when empowered, are able to decide, are able to take a strong stand and courageous to do their duties without fear or favor or ill will, as it is in the judicial oath. Also, if you look at one of the objectives, if I can highlight it and quote it verbatim, the second objective is to partner with the judiciary administration in identifying budgetary priorities. So currently we are very lucky that the judiciary is independent in as regards the budgeting and planning for the institution under the Administration of the Judiciary Act. So with that power of being able to plan and budget, we have that independence, knowing that we can plan, the judiciary can plan for its judicial officers, for its their emoluments, their allowances, and so their welfare is ensured. And I can assure you that once the interests and the welfare of the judicial officers are served, that independence is automatic. The judicial officers are able to do their work without any interference, either from persons or from any institutions. Thank you.
Well, very interesting indeed why you should be a member. It is voluntarily, but I don't think if you're a judicial officer, it would be wise of you not to be a member of such an association. Now, we've talked of the issues it is addressing. I want to bring in here, Daphne, what are the outstanding welfare challenges facing judicial officers that you believe really this organization, this association will handle, but also that require to be handled?
Well, thank you very much. Welfare is central and a pertinent issue, like Her Worship Praise has indicated, to independence of the judiciary. Now, before I dive into welfare, I just wish to state, in addition to what she has stated and noted, that the judiciary is one of the arms of government. We have the executive, we have the legislature, and we have judiciary. Judiciary is governed under the Administration of Judiciary Act, and it gives it the independence in how the affairs of the judiciary are run, in its management, and in its budgeting processing. Now, it is very important that the independence, that UJOA takes interest and has always taken interest in the affairs of the members in as far as judicial independence is concerned. Judicial officers should be able to deliver decisions and deliver justice and uphold the judicial oath without any form of it, or any institution or any government entity for that matter, or individual persons. So the decisions of judicial officers should be independent in as far as they perceive the facts and the law for any given case. Now, that stated, for judicial officers to be able to do that, they need to be, their welfare has to be taken care of and has to be critical. And I wish to, first of all, thank the administration of judiciary, the top administration of judiciary, for they have received the concerns that we have taken to them. Like it has been stated, we have had civil engagements with the administration and key stakeholders, and they have received our concerns with positivity. Now, we believe that the concerns that we have put to them are going to be addressed, especially with the changes that we have